And new welterweight champion, the 13th welterweight champion in UFC history, is from Perth, Western Australia, and a big sigh after a grueling fight. How do you describe what that fight was like, Jack?
It was a lot of fun, Looking at my face, I didn't think Balao had that in him to do that much damage, but he did pretty well. Tough fight. I expected a tough fight, and I guess that's what we got.
After about a year on the shelf, what did you find early in the fight? Because it didn't look like it took you a long time to really start feeling it.
You know what? I got back in the gym pretty quick. I tried to work on my footwork, which is the first thing I could work on with the arm, and just worked on it since. But I've been at this for a long time, so I think the layoff was a good thing. It was a blessing in disguise. Got my hunger back, and I was just chomping at the bit to get back in here.
What were the early moments like? It's one thing to think about it and to prepare for a title fight and talk a lot about it. It's another thing to stand across the octagon from him when it was go time. What do you remember thinking?
I wasn't getting too caught up in the championship thing. I understood Belal was a very good fighter, and I feel like I got the reads on pretty quick. I tried to land up in the body. I knew it was a long fight, so I wanted to start slowing him down with the body shots. I felt like I did. A lot of people were saying I don't have wrestling, but I felt like I did pretty good in the wrestling. Maybe I relaxed too much on the bottom at some point, but I just took my breath back and then got back to my feet.
Well, the commentary was glowing about your wrestling skills, and I think you showed them quite well. Did you expect more of an attack from Balao? Because he really didn't shoot a lot of takedowns until maybe the latter stages of the fight.
I mean, he was talking a lot about Canelo hands, so I thought he would dip the toes. I was expecting, after the first round, I felt like I got my reads going, so I was expecting him to start shooting a bit earlier, but he wasn't shooting that often. I was throwing up the knee, faking him, so maybe he was a bit wary of the knee up the middle. I got it at one point, but yeah, no, I was expecting a full arsenal from Balao.
It seemed like you really found your confidence, timing, a lot of swagger into round 3. Can you describe that flow state that you were in when you were feinting takedowns yourself and really starting to put a lot of combinations together?
Yeah, no, I'm a student of the game, and I watch a lot of great challengers rise to the occasion, and that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to rise to the occasion, get into a flow state. I remember watching Cody Garbrandt get into the flow state against Dominic Cruz, and I was just trying to emulate that sort of style.
In terms of the game plan and what you expected, how did the fight play out?
I mean, honestly, it was pretty much what we expected. I wanted to use my footwork, head movement, try and sting him with a jab, hit him in the body, defend the takedowns. I feel like, thinking back on the fight, I think we stuck to the game plan pretty well. Went back to the corner, listened to my coaches, and kept asking them, am I up, am I up? And then when I heard 48, 47, I thought, yeah, I definitely had 3 rounds in the bag.
I know it's pretty immediate, but Perth, Western Australia, you've always wanted to bring the belt back, and now you're doing that. Your corner told you when the start of round 5, you're 5 minutes away from all your dreams coming true. I mean, what are these early moments like?
I mean, yeah, it's just surreal, I try to, obviously, I try and put myself in this exact situation, being the champion, but yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this moment because obviously life goes by very quick, so before long I'm going to be back in Perth in the trenches preparing for another big fight. And then before long I'll be in fight week with those crazy nerves going again.
The next big fight could be Islam Makhachev. You spoke about it briefly. Your early thoughts on that potential matchup, because now everybody's going to want to know what's next as you look forward.
I mean, obviously the welterweight has a lot of good challenges, but I think if someone like Islam wants to step up, you've got to give him the shot, pound for pound, one of the best, and it would be a dream to fight one of the best pound for pound guys in the world with my first defense.
What does it mean for you in a division like this? You just spoke about it. There's a lot of sharks in this tank, and there's a lot of guys that can make a strong case for fighting for a title in short order. You're the guy that got the opportunity, and you got the job done. What does that mean to you in a division like this?
Yeah, I know a lot of people say, I don't deserve the shot, but, honestly, it doesn't matter if you deserve it or not. It's what happens. It's who the UFC want to put in there with, and then when you get the opportunity, rip it in your hands and don't let go of it.
One of the first things you did when the belt was around your waist was you looked to your corner and you kind of gave it away. Was there any deeper meaning to that? Did you give it to somebody specific, or you just didn't want to wear it?
It's pretty heavy, But you know what? These people have been with me day one. Craig Jones he's a legend. He's joined the team to help me out, and he definitely did help me. So I owe a lot of this to him as well. But the people, my brother, Ben Vickers, Ryan Gray, they've been with me literally day one since I walked in the gym. My brother's obviously been with there day one that I was born. So it's I guess people see the last 3 years, but it's been a long time coming.
Can you speak more about that moment with your brother? There was emotion on the face of both of you guys. What this journey's been like and the fact that you get to share it together.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dream come true. We didn't know if Josh was going to be able to get into Canada, and we snuck him across the border. So dream come true.
That's fantastic. Montreal will always be the city where you became a UFC welterweight champion. All the best, and what a great fight that was against Belal Muhammad. Congratulations.